Okay, today I want to talk about the back. Today I want to share to you that one exercise I did to build my back, and I want to share everything that I know so that you build up to it. At the end, I want to throw a little routine as a bonus for you. If you are ready, then let's get on to it.
Part 1. Pull-ups.
If there is one exercise that I would credit for all my back growth, it would be weighted pull-ups. I know it's a difficult exercise. Some people can't even do a single rep of bodyweight pull-ups. And a lot of people are sleeping on pull-ups because of its difficulty. But you have to understand, it's supposed to be difficult. If it's not difficult, then everybody can do pull-ups and everybody will have shredded back. You have to understand that yes, it can be embarrassing at the first, it can be disheartening at the beginning. Some schmuck is doing 10 reps and you can't even do one. Yeah, well, guess what? Suck it up. If you just feel sorry for yourself, then you will never be able to do pull-ups. See, when I first started, I also couldn't lift myself up, even if a gun is pointed in my head. But guess what? Rather than sulking, I pulled my big boy pants on and kept training, showing up to the gym day after day, and now I can pull 50 kgs. It didn't happen overnight, but it got me here right now. You already know what you want to work on. You really just have to decide if you're going to put in the work or not. And if you are, then I'm here to tell you everything that you need to know to finally get that one damn pull-up and then eventually build up to a weighted pull-ups. Okay, for this next chapter of the video, I want to share to you all the exercises you can do so that you can start strengthening the muscles needed to develop a pull-up, the proper form, and how you can organize your training. Before you pull yourself up, you need to learn how to hang first. There are two types of hang you need to learn. One is passive hang and two is active hang. Passive hang, as the name suggests, you're not doing anything. You're literally just holding on to bar, trying to hold as long as you can for dear life. Then there's active hang. Active hang is a bit more trickier. What you need to do basically is to squeeze your shoulder blades together and then pull them down. This is a bit tricky. It will take some practice to get the hang of it, but you need to learn these movements first and foremost. Some people want to pull themselves, but they can't even hang. In either hangs, you want to be able to hold yourself for at least 1 minute. By doing so, not only you are familiarizing yourself with the technique, but you're also strengthening your grip. When you can hold on for 1 minute, either you make it longer, so go for a minute 2 or minute 3, or you add weights to make it more challenging. Okay, pro tip, when you're hanging, really squeeze the bar to further activate those muscles and make it more challenging. If you are just starting to learn how to do a pull-ups, you want to be able to practice the pulling pattern as much as you can. So, doing an easier variation of pull-ups like Australian pull-ups or horizontal pull-ups, that's what people call it. The more vertical you are, the easier it will be. The more horizontal you go, the harder it will be. So if you're just starting, I recommend starting at sternum height. Do as much reps as you can, around 12 to 15 reps to really familiarize yourself with the move, and then move on to hip height, and from there go lower, and eventually you can start working on with resistance bands. When you're trying to just learn the pull-up, it's really important to strengthen the muscles needed to be able to do a pull-ups. So what are they? The grips, the shoulders, lats, and core. Core especially is very, very important in pull-ups because as you pull up, you use your core to stabilize yourself. So try to do some core strengthening exercise like planks or crunches, and you also want to be able to have a strong shoulders. So exercises like external rotation, face pulls, or military press are very good for strengthening the shoulders. And you want to be able to do some other back exercise, some lat pull downs, or the Australian or horizontal pull-ups. Farmer's carry is a very good exercise to incorporate in your training too. So not only you are training your grips, but when you walk, your core is constantly activated when you're doing farmer's carry. You're kind of hitting two birds in one stone. Trying to learn the pull-up in the pull-up machine is good, but I'm really not a fan of it. I prefer training in resistance band. My problem in pull-up machine is you don't feel your core as much, but in resistance band, your core is constantly activated to stabilize yourself. So try to find the good resistance band for you. You don't want to train with a really thick resistance band that when you pull, you just launch yourself all the way to the top. And you also don't want something really thin that even though you're using it to assist yourself, you still can't get your chin over the bar and you're doing improper form. Find something that gives you the right challenge and the right support. Proper form. Before you actually do pull-ups, you really have to know how to do it properly. You have to know the proper form and technique. And of course, you can learn this in YouTube or by watching videos, but the only way you can master it is through repetition. So basically, what you want to do is start by gripping the bar slightly wider than the shoulder width. Engage your scapula. So from the previous exercise that you've been learning in the active hang, retract your shoulders and depress them. Squeeze your core and pull yourself over the bar. It sounds really simple, but it is quite challenging to do. It can be daunting doing multiple steps all at once. Many mistakes I see from people is that they try to rely so much on their biceps. They are just pulling passively, and that's why they either fail or they tire out so easily. Organize your training. What you want to do is you want to organize your training. Split it in 2 sessions. First session is about strength. First session, you want to be working on thinner band. Use a thinner band that will challenge you. Do 5 sets for 5 reps and have longer resting time. And on the second session, you want to be working with the thicker resistance band. You want to be able to do a lot of reps. Around 10 to 12 will be good for 3 sets, because on this session, not only you are developing muscles, but you're also learning the form properly. The name of the game is consistency. You don't want to be burning yourself out every time you're training for pull-ups because you're training for strength all the damn time. Train with intention, split your training properly, 1 strength, 1 hypertrophy, allow enough rest time in between, and stay consistent. Part 3, weighted pull-ups. So you can finally do pull-ups. Congratulations. And so by the time that you can do 10 pull-ups for, let's say, 3 sets, you want to start incorporating weight to make the resistance higher. And really 2 times or 3 times the gains that you're getting from bodyweight pull-ups alone. At the start, again, it will feel really difficult, maybe frustrating, but I want you to remember the journey that it took to get that first bodyweight pull-ups, which at one point seemed impossible. So remember, if you can achieve one impossible, what's stopping you again from achieving another impossible thing? And it's really not that complicated to build up to 40 kgs. What you want to do is train like how you train for your pull-ups. 2 sessions, strength day or hypertrophy day. First, what you gotta do is find your max pull-up. Test for your 1 rep max and then get the 50% of it. That weight will be your working weight for the heavy day. And for your light day, you can either use your body weight, or if you're up for the challenge, 10% of your 1 rep max. So what you want to do is, again, on heavy day, 5 sets for 5 reps. And on your light day, you want to focus on your form, your muscle endurance, and hypertrophy. So you want to be working around 10 to 12 reps for 3 sets. Week by week, you want to be progressively overloading. I would recommend adding 2.5 kgs or 5 pounds week by week to what you're carrying until you are repping out your 1 rep max. And then once you do, test again for another 1 rep max, get the 50% out of it. Start working from the start, 5 reps for 5 sets until you can get it again, and then start the process all over again until you reach 40 kgs or whatever goal you have in mind. It's really that simple. And even in this stage, you still want to do your accessory exercises. You still want to be training your grip constantly. You still want to be training your core. You still want to keep your shoulders healthy. Do these accessory exercises. Below, I've included a training routine that you can follow to either learn pull-ups or build up to bodyweight pull-ups. You just need to tweak it according to your level. If you're interested, you can see it at the link below. Feel free to download it. It's absolutely for free. Weighted pull-ups is literally all I did for my back. It wasn't an easy road, but once you get the hang of it, it's really addicting and it feels so good to be able to pull weight that seemed impossible before. So I hope with everything that I have shared to you that you'll be able to get your first pull-up if you still can't, and eventually build to bigger and bigger weights with weighted pull-ups. With that, take care and I'll be seeing you soon.